Yay, I'm Mario, coach of the Huelva Within of the Fun Galar Tournament Tundra Draft League. Uh, and today I bring you my power rankings for the seventh and last season of Tundra before the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In this season, we have something like the 2022 rules. We have one restricted for team, but it can't Dynamax, and the other could. So I'm going to tell you what are my thoughts about the draft, the teams we built, and I'm gonna start with the last team in the power rankings. I'll try to do all in English, although I'm a bit rusty. But I know that we are low Spanish speakers in the draft, so I'm trying to do my best. Well, in first place and last in this case, we have the Austrian Isopods. Golly make this team randomly using a random generator. Their team is this: Spectre, Latias, Raichu, Rayquaza, Lilligant, Pinsir, Passimian, Oranguru, two apes, Agron, Behijem, and Sudowoodo. It's a random team. Rayquaza is not the best restricted in this format. And well, like pros, I put it's a random team. It's a very funny team, I think. And Spectre, Oranguru, and Raichu could be tricky in some games, and could be hard to prepare for it. And like cons, like bad things, this thing is random, and like we could see here, is bad against Fairy, Ghost, and Dark could break most of the entire team. But I trust Golly that they could make playoffs with that team, and put Rayquaza where it deserves. And in 15th place, we have the Cardiff Comalas with this team. They have Tamacenta Crown, Steptile, Manectric, Arcanine, Indeedee Male. I never remember the name of Feeble of this monk. Feeble, Goldak, Togekiss, Poltergeist, Blastoise, and Runerigus. And this team, I call it the Dogos team, for Tamacenta, Manectric, Arcanine, Feeble. And the things that I think are positive for this team is that all the Dogos, Manectric, Arcanine, Tamacenta, and Feeble, could be very great options of support, spamming Snarl or Intimidate or Howl, like Tamacenta, to support the other members of the team. Has a strong Trick Room mode with Glacier, Runerigus, Togekiss, and maybe Arcanine or other supports, like Indeedee Male. And Glacier and Togekiss are great options to Dynamax, although I thought these two and maybe Arcanine with a beat up Feeble could be their only good Dynamax options, because Steptile and Bardoin Weakness Police is not as strong as it could be. Manectric, Indeedee Mail, Feeble, Golduck, or even Polteageist with Shell Smash are not as strong in Dynamax as they are in non-Dynamax format. And finally, I think it's a low-pace team. He has to make his own way to win. I don't think they have a Dynamax turn 1 and sweep option. Maybe Grid Kiss, Togekiss with Scope Lens, Super Luck. But I think it's a very low pace team. In 14th place, we have the Garden Smilers, team of Garden. And with his new logo, his restricted is Giratina. I think is base form, no? Origin is the other one with Levitate. And I think the Zapdos Mamoswine, the Discharge Earthquake spam, is a dangerous mode. It has a Mystic with Rain Dance Prankster to help Dracovies and Ludicolo or even Crowdon to make more damage. And they could use Alchemy to boost their allies, +2 in attack and special attack, and take advantage of the good speed tiers like Cobalion, Zapdos, even Mamoswine, Dracovies. But I think he hasn't speed control, good speed control. This generation, Zapdos and Giratina don't learn Tailwind, and Music as her Trick Room Setter, as their Trick Room Setter, is not a good option. Speed tier is mediocre, I think. He hasn't any Mon with more than 110, and their slowest Mon is Kufan, and it's not slow enough to put the trigger on and sweep, I think. And like all the Garden teams I know this year, I think it's a hard to pilot team, but he always know how to play with their own things. We have now the Helsinki Dragons with Tornatus, like they're restricted, with some option of a strong option on Dynamax like Durant, Moltres, Galar, Galar Moltres, Mudsdale even. And I think the Indeedee female plus Sweeper like Durant, like Moltres Galar, like Mudsdale even. And the support for these 3 sweepers or 3 Dynamax options like Durant, Moltres, and Mudsdale. The support of Togedemaru, Indeedee female, Suicune, could be Ice Sharp, Witness Polix proc for Moltres with Lely. and the core of Duran Moltres and Eternatus could be helpful to win some games. Like bad things, I think the three only good Dynamax options are Duran Moltres and Mudsdale. The others are pretty meh. And Sigilyph and Lampent as Trick Room Setter are also a very meh option to put the Trick Room. Although Suicune and Sigilyph could put the Tailwind and swap with their strong Dynamax option. Next, we have the Playful Pichus. Some team with Venudon, Charizard to take advantage of the Sun with their Chlorophyll users and Solar Power user. We have two of both, and have a Gastrodon and Escavalier to play against a Trick Room mode that could have their opponents. They have plenty of Sun Abuser, like I said, Heliolisk and Charizard, Solar Power, Chlorophyll, Leafeon, and Venusaur. Groudon taking less damage of water types attacks. It's a good thing. And like cons, I think that they has got any redirect. Follow Me or Rage Powder. It has a bad speed control. Trick Room Setters Orbital. Even though I love both types, Orbital is not the best Trick Room Setter, and Porygon, even with Eviolite, is not the best Trick Room Setter. And they hasn't got any Tailwind setter. And without Sun and their Solar Power, I think this team hasn't got any good offensive pressure in Sun or without Sun, because the highest special attack are Heliolisk and Charizard with 1009, and their best physical attacker are Groudon, but it can Dynamax, and Escavalier and Leafeon. Next, we have the Orange County Ozawots with Palkia, like the restricted. It's a very dangerous team with very fast mons and very offensive mons. Like positive things, I think he have a heavy offense team with Crobat could bring the Tailwind, and Tapu Koko, Cinderace, even Hawlucha, Palkia, Scizor, and Azumarill could benefit from it and make great damage. Have a very good support. Comfey always is a problematic mon to face. Crobat is a very good mon. And Hawlucha and Galvantula could be also good support option for their team. He has the onboarding Hawlucha strat, and he can proc the weakness police with Comfey, with mons with Palkia, or with like Azumarill. to make more damage, or with Drowning Kiss, Witness Police Hawlucha. Like negative things, I think this thing hasn't got any fake out and redirect users that could help Azumarill to set a value drum, and Palkia Monda without Dynamax and being her best water move, Hydro Pump, and the next Brain. I don't like the Palkia, really. And then the lack of bulk of their team. Crobat, Tapu Koko, Cinderace, Hawlucha, Galvantula, Poliwhirl, even Scizor with a fire move are not very bulky mons if you can hit them for super effective damage. So I think it's a big downside for their offensive team. Next, we have the Cinnabar Cinderace, my first opponent of the week, the week 1. They have Lunala, one of my favorite restricted, with Kartana, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Tapu Lele, Moltres, Antonio Moltres, Dracothol, Tyranitar, other supports like Lopunny, and these 3 that doesn't count. And I think he has very good leads, like Lunala Tapu Lele could spam Lunala Expanding Force and Lele Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast. Teeter Dracothol to take advantage of the Sand Rush ability of Dracothol. And Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Kartana are a very good core, offensive core, to break through opponent's team. Like negative things, I think Lunala in Sandstorm that could break their Shadow Shield unless you put it safety goggles. The speed control, no Tailwind, only Trick Room Lunala, and it depends of the Sand and Sand Rush Dracothol or the Max Airstream from Moltres and Kartana. And no redirection with no Follow Me and no Rage Powder could be an issue for them. Next, we have the UFB Stuffle, a team with they have Kyogre as their restricted first, but they changed to Kyurem Black. I think a very expensive restricted for the things it could do. And they pair Kyurem Black with strong Trick Room mode with Porygon, Rhyperior, Lapras that could Dynamax. And I think their strong and bulky tier mode could be very very helpful for them to win games, and has some mons that could stall are hard to kill unless you have the correct moves, like Porygon, like Skarmory, like Lapras behind the Aurora Veil, or even all of these mons behind the screens from Mr. Mime. Like downsides, we have Kyurem Black. I don't like Kyurem Black. I like Kyurem Black. less than Palkia. Uh, Steam is also a slow-paced team. Their fastest mon are Electivire and Darmanitan. And maybe a strong and bulky grass types could be problematic to be immune to Amoonguss spores. And it's super effective to Rhyperior and Labras. Although Huron Black and Labras ice moves could help, but could be problematic for their team. Last, in sixth place, I put Pumpkin Team, Galactic Porygons. They take Calyrex Shadow Rider, as the restricted, paired with Whimsicott, Mienshao, Torracat, Tapu Fini, Metagross, and Umbreon, Altaria, Luxio, Nickit y Trapinch. Are not maybe good mounts to draft. So I think this core, Whimsicott, Mienshao, and Kalido, are a strong core to play. They even go for Bulldoze Metagross with Kalido. And the Tapu Fini Metagross core is always a good core and hard to break. But downside is you only have 6-7 good mounts or to use, and their only tier mode, or well, they haven't any tier mode, where their only tier counter is to play some Taunt Mon. Like I think Mienshao could, Whimsicott, and Umbreon could taunt the rivals or Torracat, or to do Imprison Trick Room with Kalido to prevent the opponents for setting Trick Room, but could be an issue for their team. Fifth place for the Roman Aegislashes with Calyrex Ice Rider as the restricted. A team very oriented to Trick Room with Primarina, Incineroar, Gothitelle, Hitmontop, Gradilai, even Viartic, like Trick Room Sweepers or Trick Room Setters and support. And it has Hydreigon, I thought, to counter Kalido's teams, but Mienshao and Whimsicott, like we saw, could break through Dragons. They have double Intimidate in Hitmontop and Incineroar. Have triple Fake Out in Incineroar. No, triple, no. He has 4. I forgot about Delibird. Delibird, Hitmontop, Gothitelle, and Incineroar has Fake Out. Goth Trap, Shadow Tag could be problematic. And the Kali Ice Mass Primarina core could be very strong in Dynamax, in Trick Room. Next, in the podium, in the podium in 4th place, we have the Vancouver Hatinas, with Xerneas as their restricted, with very good support option and Dynamax option, like Jolteon, Lycanroc Dusk, Volcarona, Landorus Therian, and Blastoise, and a good Trick Room mode with Bronzong, Dragalge, Beware, and some of their slower monks. Best thing of this team, it has almost any type, like we could see here, only lacks of ice type. Have a very good synergy, uh, and you always have to know if they're gonna set Sherneas or do another thing and break your team with a strong Dynamax option like Volcarona or Landorus or even Blastoise, and have a very offensive pressure and a very good coverage to face other teams. Their fake outs mounts are very slow. Thing is only are Impidimp and Blastoise, but um, I prefer fastest fake out to help Charneas or a very bulky fake out uh, plus intimidate mons to help Charneas to set up their Geomancy. Only has like redirection, the Rage Powder Volcarona, and it lacks of speed control, no Tailwind, and Trick Room only in Bronzong could be problematic. The podium, we have, I think, my team. My team has, wait, I have an Yveltal, like my restricted, and I pairs it with the fastest mon, Regieleki, and the slower mon in Stakataka. I have two different modes in a Trick Room mode and a strong fast mode that could hit very very hard. Like I said, I have the fastest and slowest mode. I have a very heavy offense and a bulky GR mode, and I have a Charger book that with some attacks like Helping Hand, String Shot, and their ability Battery that is like giving all my special attackers a life or boost without having this item. It could be a great boost for my Dynamax option or my non-Dynamax option. Like my negative things of my team, I think I have a low bulk in my fast mode. Regieleki, Sneasel, Blissfalloon are candidates to use Focus Sash every week. Nidoking is not the strongest mode, and even not the bulkiest, and ground types and fairy types could be problematic for me. I have 4 weakness to fairy, and only 2 resistant and one resistance and immunity to ground. I just send a trade to Anu, the administrator of this league, to change 2 of my mons. I want to change Como for Gardevoir and Vaporeon for Poliwrath, because Poliwrath is one of my favorite mons in draft, and I never draft it in Tundra, I think. And I want to try it with Regieleki and with a Trick Room mode, because with Swift Swing he can play in both modes, and is very bulky and a very good mode. I thought I could win the Dark Horse with it, with my Poliwrath. Next, in second place, we have the Toronto Blue Toads with Reshiram as their restricted. It's not the best restricted, but they have a Newt Core, an Ilegor Shifu Thundurus Incarnate, plus Clefairy, that is very. It offers a very offensive pressure uh, for their team. Have very good coverage and could break through entire teams if you are not prepared for it. And they have also a Porygon set plus Clefairy that could be very problematic. And Ferrothorn that could be an end game mon that could, if you no protect if you doesn't protect your fire mons, you could set up Iron Defense, Body Press, and Leech Seed and win the game all alone. And then an old friend of mine like Thundurus Incarnate, one of my best mon of my season 5 winner team. That every week you have to guess if their Thundurus is Prankster or Defiant, and play around that, because both modes, both abilities are very threatening. Like negative things, it has Cofagrigus, like Trick Room Setter, but Porygon Feds and Lego are not the best Trick Room Setters. They didn't have Tailwind, so it needs Max Airstream from Thundurus or Max Strike from Porygon to have a speed control, or even Thundurus, Scary Face, or Thunder Wave, Prankster to have a real speed control or to be very fast. And first team is Anum's team, the team of the administrator, another Spanish speaker of the community. Santiago Whalers. They have Zamazenta Hero as the restricted, with other very good mons like Entei, Ostagun, Rillaboom, Dragonite, Toxtricity, Corviknight, Sylveon, Clawitzer, Piloswine, and Dusknoir. I think all of their mons could be helpful in one week or another. Has a very top heavy team. Have a great option of bulk and offense, or the less bulk, the less bulkier of their mons are Toxtricity, but the others all have good defenses. You have a lot of priority moves like Entei's Extreme Speed, Rillaboom Grassy Glide, Extreme Speed from Dragonite, a Quick Attack from Sylveon that could help him to proc some Witness Polish. And have very low weaknesses, like we said. It's only weak to rock, but it's only 2 weaknesses, but resistance. So it has a very well-built team. Last, this is my Tundra tier list in the order I have presented. Hope you enjoy my video and leave a like. And this B, C, and D tiers, I hope you do well. And and win against me to prove me wrong in my power rankings. So bye bye.